feel freaking horrible.
I'm feeling horrible now.
Yeah,
it's right here now. It's literally right here.
Like I'm like starting to sweat. There's like.
We might have to get this out of our body.
What are you talking about?
We might have to throw up.
Welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. We have a very special guest tonight. Please welcome on the podcast from the Sorry Mom podcast, Sydney Mailer. I said the name right?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. You got it.
For some reason, I thought it might have been Mahler.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's smaller.
Really?
And they also put like an H or a Y in it.
Really?
I don't know why.
You said Australian? What did you say about Australia?
Well, like Sydney, everyone's like, oh, so are you Australian? You know? So I go, like, no, like Sydney, like Australia,
Right.
Mailman, like a Australian
Yeah,
mail
right,
person.
right.
Yeah, it's a thing.
And then, so you're still doing the Sorry Mom podcast.
Yeah.
Look, y'all are tight, huh?
Me and Nikki?
Yeah, I love
definitely.
the topics you guys just go bounce back and forth.
We just do it, yeah.
How long has that been going on?
I think it's like 2 years now. Around
2
then,
years.
yeah. Yeah.
It's
been
fun,
a
right?
while.
And then you film like
fun.
once a week?
Yep, once a week.
Uh-huh.
We've been stacking a lot of podcasts recently, which I like. Because we're going to start traveling for summer.
Yeah.
Today's the day. There's no more.
Don't you have endorsements too? Like with that drink? What's that drink?
Oh, we used to. We're not with Bang anymore.
But you had y'all did commercials for them.
It's fine with it. Yeah, we did. We did
Yeah,
stupid skits and shit like that for them all the time. So that was fun. Yeah, but we don't do that anymore.
Okay, but you were with them for a minute,
A
weren't
long time. Yeah, we were with them.
you? Did they reach out to you, y'all?
Yeah. I was with them first, and then Nikki came on, and then we started doing a lot of skits and Bang, like commercials and like shit like that.
No, did you do
good.
that on your own? Did they ask y'all to do commercials?
No, we came up with that.
That's
yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
That's what me and Jeremiah do.
Yeah.
With
I
our
love
sponsors.
you guys have like your new show. It's newish, right?
Have you seen Scissor? You know about Scissor Bros?
I've watched a lot of your clips, I must say, yeah.
Do you
and you
watch
guys keep shaving like a lot of your
yeah,
just see,
Manscaped.
yeah, you just keep scaping
Yeah, but going
your balls and things
yeah,
like that.
so
That's what
we
I
go
keep
above
hearing.
and beyond.
Yeah, for your
We haven't done our anal hair, but
Oh.
we've
I
done our.
heard it. Isn't that coming though?
We might do it in the future. We have to grow it
Okay.
out first.
Oh.
But
Been
we've
shaving
done the
it too
pubes.
often?
Yeah, he actually shaved my armpits the other week. But it's going back to what you're saying is they didn't ask us to do that. We did that on our own.
Yeah, you come up with it on your own.
So we
That's
did
what I
that.
say.
Yeah. Have you seen the challenges?
No.
Like we did a hot sauce challenge every week.
Oh,
we
like
do
the hot wings challenge, kind of like
yeah,
that one?
we put hot sauce on like crackers and we see who could eat the most.
Yeah. How'd you do?
He beat me on that one.
Really? I'm surprised.
And then we did a poo challenge. Did you see that one?
No, I want to know about a poo challenge.
So what we did is I tricked him. I took him to Chipotle that day, and we both ate burritos.
Yeah.
And so and then we went to film the podcast, and I go, we have to start we usually do the challenge like a quarter of the way in, but for this episode, I go, we have to do the challenge at the beginning. He goes, why? And I go, this whole day's been a setup. He's like, what do you mean? And so we took a combination of different laxatives and stool softeners.
Oh my God, you put it in his burrito?
No, we we gulped it.
Okay.
So we took we drank castor oil, Miralax, a bunch of stuff.
All of them.
And we're just drinking and popping them, and then the initial challenge was whoever poos, and we put on adult diapers. So
Nice.
we're like
just in case.
Yeah, this is a part of the challenge.
Yeah.
So
Did you have to poop in the diaper for the challenge though? Like in the end of it? You had to go in the diaper. Oh, that makes it that's a whole nother challenge.
Yeah, it's a whole.
Who ate corn?
I'm so glad you brought that up because I want to do a future corn poo challenge. Thank you for bringing that up. But so the initial challenge was, okay, whoever poos first loses. because we took
Right.
out, yeah,
Right. Yeah, that
And
makes
then-
sense.
And then you're gonna have to do it in the diaper, but it didn't. I didn't realize I'm not an expert with laxatives and stool softeners.
Yeah.
It takes a while
Yeah,
for
it
it
takes
to
like
kick
some
in.
hours.
You're right to push
Yeah.
it down.
Unless you're like really running around.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, we did that. We were doing like jumping jacks.
Trying to
and-
get
yeah,
it to go
trying
in.
to get it
Yeah.
the poo down. And so we realized like, oh, this ain't working. And so he goes, I have an idea. What if we change it to whoever poos first?
Right.
They win.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Guess who won?
Did you win? Did both of you have to poop in a diaper though? Or just whoever won?
That's a very good question.
You know what I mean?
Very good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I pooed. You know what's weird?
How
It
weird was that?
It
first of
felt
all?
weird.
Yeah.
Like
a shart you wanted.
Because I haven't done that.
Yeah.
Have you? Who's done
Who's
that?
wanted to do that?
Unless you're like 87 and you're in a retirement home and you have to have,
And they still don't want to.
and they don't want
They
to.
don't want to.
But I was actually like,
pushing it
I was
out.
pushing, like, you know how you do dips?
Yeah.
I was like pushing it down, and then I'm like, it felt like warm.
Did
But
you sit in it?
I'll get to that.
Okay.
It felt like mine was weird because it was like a meatball. It was like a.
So you were already constipated. That's why it was hard for you
Wait,
to
is
begin
that, is
with.
that a sign of constipation? The meatball?
I mean, you
'Cause
just
it
have
was a
really
ball.
hard shit.
It was
You know
like
what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least it wasn't runny.
No,
And then
it was
you sat
it was
on
a
it.
perfect solid meatball.
Well, it's perfect then. That's the best way for that to go. That could have went really a different way. You do that same challenge
Oh.
with girls, and it wouldn't have went that way.
What are you implying? Oh, because it might have been like.
I feel like girls
diarrhea?
are constantly taking, like laxative teas and all this other shit. It wouldn't
Yeah.
have been a solid shit, I feel like.
I just thought of this.
Me and Nikki won't be doing that.
No, no. I'm not going to ask you to do that at all. I know you won't. Thanks for saying that. I'm not going
Just
to ask
putting it
Nikki.
out there.
Okay, I know.
Yeah.
Thank you. Rightfully
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But I just realized this. I've never, like, even like growing up with my mom, I don't have a sister, but like ex-girlfriend, whatever. I've never have seen.
Then poop?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're very
Or
secretive.
Yeah. What is
Yeah.
that? Like, when do you learn how to be so ninja-like?
I think we learned it from our moms.
But how did they learn? Like, what?
Oh, they teach you the ways, though.
All right, let's talk about, like, when does that start? Like, I just thought of this. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? That's so weird.
No, it starts early. My mom was always like, my mom's really like that. And like, there's a lot of girls or people in general that will just poop anywhere, really. Like a public restroom, anything like that. And then I am not like that. I need like to be at my house. And,
But y'all are very secret. Like,
yeah, it's very
even,
secretive.
Like, I've never
Like, even, like, at a
smelt it.
hotel.
Like, yeah, even I've never smelled like.
we wake up before you, usually, I feel like
Alright,
is the
keep going,
vibe.
keep
Or if
going.
you're like at a hotel, you go down into like the lobby bathroom. Like, there's a lot of tricks to the trade, I think. I
So
did
do-
poop one time at Jason Derulo's house, though.
Who's
Like
that
one of
again?
the
Who's that?
only.
Who's that again? Jason Derulo.
He's a singer.
Oh, he's a singer.
Yeah,
Country singer?
yeah. No.
Well, like folk singer?
R&B?
R&B?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, so he is a
Yeah.
well-known artist.
Yeah.
And so how did you? Okay,
I was
so
like at a shoot at his house.
It
And
was
I
in
was
a mansion?
so
It was in
proud of
Malibu
my-
or something? Like,
yeah, it was like some big hills.
yeah, Brentwood, something like that.
Something like that. And I had to go, and I went, and I like called Nikki right after. I was like, dude, I'm so proud of myself. I actually just shit for the first time, like at somebody else's house, and it happened to be Jason Derulo's. I was only there for like a minute too. Like it was a real come in, shit in your bathroom, leave type.
So
type
that was
thing.
hold up. You mentioned something very interesting. So do they teach you at a young age like how to not poo in other people's like that's kind of a
How to
'cause-
not?
'cause-
poo?
yeah, because you're like
I
I'm
feel
so-
like you're just self-conscious about it, so you just try not to. But like I don't know, there are some girls. I know some girls that are just like, yeah, I had to take a shit, so I took a shit in your bathroom. It's
really.
yeah.
But
I feel like in
even-
most like hot girls have like stomach issues.
oh they
you
hold
know?
it in.
No, I mean like they have like acid reflux and shit. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? So they might have a full meal in their stomach, and it's just
Or they can like go really
gargling?
quick. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like
Yeah,
a
that's
little
not healthy
squirts.
though. You gotta.
Yeah.
I know what
know what
that's
I'm
like. Yeah,
mean?
oh, I
Yeah.
know.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah. It's
about?
like there's different stages.
Absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
at first it's like I don't like this stage where it's kind of like a meal.
You have to sit down for it.
Yeah, I like it when it's ready to go.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no,
You're ready.
Yeah, you're ready.
Yeah.
But there's certain moments where when I'm even about to sleep and I'm like, oh god damn it, it's like a quarter of the way there. But I don't like sleeping without. I don't want the poo out.
Yeah.
So
do you eat before you go to bed?
Yeah, I snack. I have midnight snacks. I have midnight snacks.
Okay.
Yeah. But
you're not supposed to. Just I do too. I eat right before bed
yeah.
so that you can go. So
Dude,
all the
I live
blood
right by
is in
In-N-Out
my stomach.
Burger. You know,
I saw that. I
mean,
know.
I eat there like 4 times a week. I mean,
bet.
I can't help it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. So going back to what you're saying is like, yeah, you could do the quick, and then you have to. I don't like pushing too. You know, like too hard because sometimes
you don't want a hernia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes I want to because I'm like, fuck, I need to sleep.
I need to go to sleep.
So, but then you're saying,
what do you do? Do you just go to sleep with it, or?
No, I'll do the
to work
preliminaries. The preliminary one, and I'll be like, whatever.
We'll wait till the morning.
But you're saying females are like, they do the preliminaries a lot, all the time?
I think that some people do it a lot all the time because it's just a quick guy. But I also think that we wake up before men purposely. We act like it's because like, oh, we're waking up before you for breakfast and all the other things to make you coffee. It's not about you. It's about our poop schedule because we want you to be asleep. The smell has gone by then. We're comfortable, and then you wake up. You know what I mean?
Do y'all do baby wipes?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
do you have the Squatty Potty?
No.
Okay. I just learned.
Hold up, Sydney. What the hell is a Squatty Potty?
Don't act like you don't know what the fuck a Squatty Potty is.
The ones in Asia?
Everyone in LA has a fucking Squatty Potty. It's not the one that shoots water up your ass, but it's the little like bench around the toilet that you like put around the toilet.
Like a sauna wooden bench?
Yes. You've seen that.
I haven't.
You haven't. No. Who are you friends with? I feel like you're friends with hippies and shit like that. I'm sure you could make one, yeah.
So what's the purpose of a Squatty Potty?
So a Squatty Potty is...
It's like the patio of the bathroom.
Of the toilet. It definitely is. That's a good... Yeah, that's a good one.
Patio.
So you're supposed to... I found out, for some reason,
that's crazy.
I thought that you were sitting on a Squatty Potty. You pull it out, and I don't know why I thought this, because you're supposed to do it to put your body into like a better position for pooping.
Yeah.
And it raises your legs up. So I thought that people...
Wait, hold on. Is that the way your legs are?
So this is the way. This is the way you do the Squatty Potty, and it's just like this, and you're sitting, but your feet are higher, so it puts your body like it rocks it back so that it's more in a like pushing out, like think pregnancy.
Oh, like having a baby.
Yes, exactly. Position. But until like this is stupid. Until like 6 months ago, I thought that people were doing this. Like standing up and doing it like hovering. And I was like, how hard is that? That must be difficult.
So
but I was thinking like it's like, oh, like back in the day, like shitting in a hole. Like that's what we're doing here.
Well,
it's not. It's not. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, my mom and pops was from Seoul, Korea.
Yeah.
And the way they grew up, they had outhouses like where, they had to walk out to like
in the jungle out to the fucking
Wait, what do you mean?
You're making it a dramatic.
But it was literally like you had a
leave the house.
like a ghetto ass like porta potty thing, but made out of wood. But then it was just
Did
a
it
hole.
Have a moon?
What are you talking about?
It
was a hole. It was just a hole,
Yeah.
and then they
I get it.
And there's horror stories from Korea.
Yeah.
This is like folk tales where like there's like ghost stories where like a girl would walk at night and they would fall in and die in the poo hole, like the that'd be the worst way to die.
Or was there a monster or something? Was there a chupacabra?
No,
in
they
the
would
story?
It was so dark
that she would fall in.
Yeah, and
was she drowning or she just got left there? Do you know what I mean?
She drowned in her own poo. I mean, that
would
has
literally
to
be the worst death ever. Yeah.
I think that has to be. I'd rather die in a plane crash.
Oh.
I'd rather be eaten. Okay, let me ask you something. I just thought of this. If you had 2 ways to die, get eaten up by a great white shark in the ocean, or drowning in a Korean poo hole.
Yeah, shark. for sure, right?
Really?
I mean, yeah, one, you'd probably bleed out pretty quick. And then two, like if he gets a good bite of you. And depending on where he bites you, maybe you'll just like not even feel it anymore.
Because the cold water.
Well, I mean,
but
your
adrenaline
water.
would be pumping.
Yeah.
God,
and it'd be a way cooler death.
You think so?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, the news story.
Yeah, it would be way cooler.
Got eaten by
I've always
Jaws.
kind of wanted to get bit by a shark.
Yeah. Oh, so you have
Just
that story.
Yeah, just the scar.
Battle scars.
Yeah.
I think that drowning in a pool of urine and feces would be the absolute worst.
So you would also
because you'd be trying to. It's kind of like you're
through it. Yeah.
You're trying to survive, and then you're gonna tire out. But then just knowing that you're trying to do that, and then poo and urine's going in your mouth and your eyes. Yeah, that'd be. All right, we'll change topics. I don't want to think about that.
So you go great white though. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. What about this? Being buried alive.
Or
on some serpent in the rainbow, like on some some John Carpenter like horrific voodoo buried alive thing.
How much oxygen do I have?
It would be a casket. You're deep. You're 6 feet deep.
Yeah.
But then you're in a tight casket,
right.
and you literally have maybe this much. You're like this much room to breathe.
Yeah.
That'd be hard.
That'd be really hard. Yeah. I feel like I could fight my way out of the shit. Like you can't fight your way out of.
No, there's no way out of the.
There's no way out of
the poo pool. Yeah, there's no way out.
How much oxygen do I have in?
Oh, you have
box?
a lot more oxygen in the Korean poo hole because.
No, in the box, in the underground. Is it like an hour?
You probably because obviously the dirt.
If it's 3 minutes, I'd totally pick under the ground, but if it's like an hour. I might pick poo hole to tell you the truth.
You really? Because at least you have that air. There's cool air.
I'm thinking I might survive.
Yeah.
There's no panic attack. I mean, still a panic attack, but not like underground panic attack.
And then you have a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, there's hope. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I could get out. Yeah.
It's like that Japanese movie, The Ring, like that, like The Well or something. You're like, oh, I could. Yeah,
if I scrape off enough nails, I'll get there.
Have you thought about this? Like, what would be the best way to die?
I mean, in your sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, in your sleep.
Or somewhere really, like, something cool. Like, even getting eaten by a shark isn't, like, the worst way to die.
You know what'd be cool, too? Is if you're in a plane, like a Twilight Zone thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I love Twilight Zone.
Yeah, where you're, like, in a plane and, like, lightning or something.
I feel like that's very much just like dying in a plane crash, though. But if it was like a Twilight Zone where I went to a different dimension and then aliens fucked me up and killed me, would be cooler.
That's a cool story.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Would this be horrific? Let's say that did happen, but you got beamed up into a UFO, and you think you're gonna die, but the whole time you're like an experiment for them. Where they they have alien technology and they're like taking skin samples and hair samples and you're just on the surgical like stretcher board. Yeah.
But then what? Do I survive afterwards?
No. What if they clone you?
And then my clone survives?
Yeah. And so your clone that looks exactly.
If I'm dead, I don't care what my clone is doing, but I would be kind of upset.
But would you be jealous? Like, oh, dude, there's a form of me on Earth.
Yeah, people think
that's me. That's me. Yeah. It's like plagiarism or something. Like,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it would be hard if I did survive after being abducted by aliens and tested and all of that, because then you come back, and then you have to tell everyone like this happened to you, or just think you're crazy, or,
Yeah.
What would you do? Would you tell people? Would you not tell people?
What? How could you when you're abducted?
No, I'm saying they test you. The aliens test you, take all your skin cells, and then they spit you back out.
No, but they mind wipe you, I think.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because like there's a lot of abduction stories where there's a famous one, Barney and Benny Hill. There's one from the East Coast where it was an older couple where they were driving on a road and then they saw like a bright light. It was and there was time loss.
Yeah.
Where they're like, all I remember is this light, but then we ended up on our front porch or something. You know
I saw that. That was a documentary. or something.
There's
I
something
watched
about that. It's a famous story,
Yeah.
but that it's like, I think that, dude, they must have the most sickest technology because
Oh,
they
yeah.
could,
Do you like watch alien shit? Are you into aliens?
yeah, so I don't talk about it a lot, but there's this female, she's kick-ass, this woman. Her name's
Sick.
Linda Moulton Howe. And, do I have the book? Yeah.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah, and it's called Glimpses of Other Realities.
Awesome.
And dude, but the thing about her is she has on YouTube every Wednesday. It's called Earth Files. So check this out. Like, tune in if y'all want to. But dude, she has the sickest, like, she's been researching this for years. Like, and she started off like doing small documentaries, but like studying animal mutilations where like there's these farmers where they noticed that their cattle were being like abducted, but with no, like, there was no traces of blood or trauma or anything, where it was like perfect incisions where they
like surgically cut and all
with
these
alien
other things.
technology
Yeah.
where they would beam them up and take out their eyeballs or their testicle, whatever.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so she started off that way, and she just got deeper and deeper. Like, she has another one, one about Antarctica where there's like alien bases there, like deep
Ooh.
down underneath
Under the
the
ice and
glaciers
stuff?
and shit
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, so you asked, and like, she's like the main woman that
Yeah.
like, dude, she's so cool.
I'll
Like,
check her out. I like a lot of
yeah, her
alien
name's
shit.
Linda Moulton Howe.
Did you watch what is the one guy that like, I just watched his documentary a little while ago. He worked on spacecrafts for the FBI.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
told everyone about it, and
yeah,
then had
it's
to like
usually is he
ruin
high,
his life.
Was he a part of like the Air Force?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're usually like, when that happens, they have like, you know, top secret clearance or something, and they know shit or they seen it, but they can't disclose
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, this guy did.
He did.
Yeah, he did. And then there's a documentary on Netflix. It's pretty old.
What's it called?
I want to say his name's like David Lazar or something like
Oh,
that.
Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar.
Yeah, Bob Lazar.
Have you watched that one?
No, but I'm familiar with him as
Yeah,
well.
and
yeah,
he, like,
no, he's cool.
I didn't love the documentary just because, one, it was old, and you know, I feel like we think that there's aliens now, or more people think that.
Oh,
In the documentary,
yeah.
it was very like, listen, we don't think he's lying. Instead, I just was like, give me the information, draw the spaceship for me. And at the end, he like draws a spaceship, and he like goes through all these different like scenarios of the spaceship and all
Yeah.
this other cool shit. I loved it. It's
They're usually
great.
like disc your
wide,
standard
yeah.
whatever UFO, whatever
Yeah.
you think of, like the original UFO
yeah,
thing.
the Twilight Zone UFO.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but there's ones
definitely.
I think shaped like
Triangles?
yeah.
Oh, that's
too.
cool.
Yeah.
Can see that?
Have you ever
Do
like
you think aliens are in human form right now? Like working at the post office?
Yeah, there's ones, because, you know, that's actually a cool thing you brought that up, because there's, according to Linda, like, there's ones called ebens, right? They're like the gray ones, your
Okay.
typical gray ones you
Yeah.
see, whatever, in comic books or whatever, just throughout history. But then there's another form. There's different forms of that.
Yeah.
There's ones where they're gray, but they have pear-shaped heads. They're called ebens. And they're the ones that are like making those little ones. They're like really intelligent. And there's ones that look like manta rays.
Okay.
And they yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but
No,
there's
no,
also
I just
ones
manta rays.
you brought it
Yeah.
up, but there's
Praying
one,
mantises?
Yeah, praying
That's
mantises.
what you're going with.
Sorry.
Okay, the arms. I
yeah,
got it
not,
now.
not manta ray.
Yeah.
Praying mantis.
Yeah.
Not manta ray from the ocean.
Yeah.
But there's ones that are blonde hair, blue eyes, like the Nordic. They're called tall white. Like they look more like.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a documentary on that. God, I forgot the name of it, but it's specifically about this guy that worked for the Air Force or whatever.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, do
way
you
up.
think they were a form of them?
No,
at one
they're
point, and then we, like,
tall,
went
and they're, and you know what's weird too? They're like they're kind of like near. I think they're from the Zeta Reticuli constellation, because I know like according to her, there's like this constellation where the reptilians are from, but then they're from there too. These blonde hair, blue eyes, but they're beefing. There's beef. There's like alien beef, like where it's like this. They're at war. I think it's for resources on Earth. Like maybe we're like an experiment
in their game.
Yeah, like maybe we're like their laboratory. Like this is like a laboratory for them, and they're just how like in biology in high school, like there's the whatever
ant farm, and you
and then they're the ones outside of it looking in, like look at them, they're dumb.
That one's eating the other one.
They're just doing that.
Yeah.
Or totally the same way we look at sheep or
animals of any type. Yeah. What do you think about all of the like satellites and the trash around the Earth and how it's supposedly we're putting so much up there? I saw a video the other day that showed all of them, and it was ridiculous.
The plastic, like the plastic and
all the plastic and all like the space stuff that we shoot up there, and the satellites on top of it. And it's supposed to be like we're gonna end up putting so much trash in our atmosphere that it might like crush us or like lock us from coming back out.
Oh, not only that, imagine how much shit's in the ocean as well.
Well, like, I know, but we only know like 10% about the ocean.
Right. But you're just saying.
Be sick to know.
But again, maybe. What I know, the aliens probably know this, right? But they're probably like, yeah. It's like a show to them or something. Because they can intervene.
Totally,
right?
yeah.
They probably have technology where it goes, and then
we'll fix it.
Yeah, it just dissipates or something. Yeah. But it's like they're
I think they'll wait. You know what I mean? Like, until they're like, okay.
I think they can intervene.
I want the game to continue.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know.
What if we're not only like sheep to them, but what if, like, once we die, it's like, what if, like, we just get recycled back in?
Do you mean like
reincarnated?
Like reincarnated?
Yeah, but like they do a mind wipe, and we just take on another form. Like let's say, you come back as a Korean guy, and I come back as like a blonde-haired woman.
I mean, I think that's just rebirth. What is it called? Rebirth, right? Reincarnation. Yeah. Have you watched the documentaries about like the kids that?
Yeah, like, where they could speak different languages or something.
Yeah, and they're like, I was a pilot in 1951, and da-da-da-da. Yeah. Well, I think that we're like energies, though, and like that doesn't come like right back around. So I think you have to wait until like another frequency that hits your frequency that already passed on, like another baby that's around the same frequency as you, because everyone has their own frequency.
Right.
I just think
because kids are more open and susceptible to like. Totally. Like spirits and.
But like I mean like if you died tomorrow, I don't personally think like you would come back.
I need a few more years.
As a
few more years.
As a dog tomorrow, like your spirit. I think it like takes a little while. Like maybe like 50 years or like a little while for you to come back.
Coming back as like a cat or a dog?
Fuck yeah. As long as it was like in a nice house. What would be
the worst thing to come back that's living? I thought of one.
I mean, a fly is only like a day or two that they live.
Be the worst is a tree.
That'd be the best.
No, because you would just be like, you're like Madonna strike a pose, like, but you're just.
Yeah, but you're still growing. You're getting wind in your hair. You get to wash everyone.
But you can't move. You're just a statue. You're like, you're just stuck.
I'd be chill as a tree.
So you wouldn't mind coming back as a tree?
No, I'd be chill as a tree for sure. And trees that live like forever, unless somebody cuts your ass down.
But that's even worse.
You could have a billion rings.
You want to live forever?
No, but as a tree, I wouldn't mind living forever.
But you're just there.
Well, I feel like it's almost like just having an upward view of everything. I guess it would be really slow every day.
What kind of tree?
I am a very good people watcher, though.
Yeah.
So, like, I wouldn't mind it that
But what kind of tree would you want to be?
Like a thick boy, like a big
Like
one.
a sequoia?
Yeah, like something there, like,
so
we can't cut that one down.
Because, oh, you know what? I wouldn't mind being that because at least you'll grow tall enough where you have a view and you're like, oh.
You could have little birds in your shoulder and, like, fucking squirrels.
And they'll create nests on a part of you.
You get a little buddy for a little while until they die.
So that's not the worst thing to come back as.
I don't think so.
Maybe, like... algae or that.
Yeah.
No, but at least you'll be cool. You'd be in the water.
It's true. You could do the whole Pinocchio thing. Then you get eaten by a whale and you end up in a whale's stomach.
Yes, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that. So, do you think about do people talk about death a lot? Because it's an
I
inevitable thing.
I feel like I talk about death a good amount. Are you scared of death? A lot of people.
Well, the
Well,
reason
let's
why
see.
I asked, that's a good question, because my pops passed away 2 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's a part of life.
Yeah.
But
You're supposed to say sorry.
But
So I'm sorry.
no, I know. It's okay. It's okay. But it was the first time that I kind of like experienced like that happening, like life fleeing your soul, like fleeing your body. And what happened was I didn't even know what the whole nursing home process.
Ooh,
I thought it was like kind of like part hospital care.
Yeah.
But it's like I learned that week, oh, this is where people go to die.
Oh shit.
Because it was like I'd walk by people's rooms there, and then I remember seeing this like older lady with like long like gray hair, and she was just there, and I'm like, oh, because I was being a little nosy.
Yeah.
But the door was open,
Yeah.
so I was curious.
She might have wanted to talk to you. You don't
She
know.
was gone like.
Oh, not there.
The next day, I'm like,
Oh.
I looked in the room again. I was like, oh, is she in there? And it was like you know how
Yeah,
you're at
yeah.
a hotel,
Yeah.
they changed the room over.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, this is
That'd be really hard.
this
I
is
think.
where, even the sadder thing, because I'd look in other people's rooms too. They had family members there, like probably a majority of them had other people in there, with them. This lady was alone, dude. Like, so I was like, oh, that's when it kind of clicked, and I was like, oh, dude, this is
That's
okay,
heavy. I haven't ever had
Yeah.
to be inside of.
You haven't been?
No.
You haven't been to like one of those
No.
places, dude. It's
I think
such
that would rock me pretty
it's
hard.
a haunting thing because
Yeah.
you'd have to think too, like, nurses have seen some shit, like
Oh,
as
yeah.
far as ghost shit. Come on.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So that week, and then another indicator was like the way they were communicating to my mom and my brother. We're there. They're like, yeah, we have several options. We could keep him in here, but we could sustain maybe his life longer, like 2 or 3 months, if we brought him to this ER, this other hospital facility place. And we're like, okay. And they're like, what's the other option? Well, we're gonna have to take the feeding tube out. So I'm like, and then that's when it clicked again.
Yeah.
Also, you're starving
My
dad.
Yeah.
So I was like, so that was the number 2.
Yeah.
And so that week, a positive thing is like the visiting hours is 24/7. So
That's great.
So we went during the daytime or like early evening, and then
Yeah.
I go, you know what? I'm gonna come back because that's when it kind of occurred, maybe subconsciously.
Definitely.
I was like, oh, like I want to spend as much time as I can
as
now.
possible. Absolutely.
like, I'm
Did
like-
you sleep there sometimes?
Yeah, like
him?
that's when I came. Like I
Yeah.
stayed there. So what happened was my brother and my mom went back home to our home in Gilbert, and I'm like, I'm gonna take a shower, and then I'm gonna bring my like iPad and like a notebook, my
Yeah.
bag, and I'm gonna stay with Dad tonight.
Camp out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so another thing to note to bring context into the story, he was catatonic like the whole week. Like he didn't even open his eyes. He was like, he was just out, sleeping or whatever. But so I was watching Rocky 2. He used to box when he was young. We had that father son thing where he liked boxing. I'm like, oh, I'll watch Rocky 2.
Yeah.
And then while he's sleeping over there, and I could be over in this chair, and then I just remember halfway through the movie, I looked over at him, and his eyes were like wide open, but he was looking at the ceiling, like he saw something in.
Oh fuck.
And I found out later it's a common thing called deathbed visions.
Like seeing himself above himself?
No,
Oh, okay.
what it is it's kind of like, like I'm sure it's similar to like if you took like 10 hits of acid or something like that, where he's tripping on something in the ceiling.
So he's like kind of in a middle space.
He was in between different dimensions.
Right.
I think I don't know. I'm just hypothesizing. I don't know.
Right.
But I knew he was seeing
Something.
some shit up there.
Yeah.
So he was
Wow.
and because a similar thing happened like years before that when he had he had 8 strokes, by the way.
Whew.
8 strokes.
Phew.
And so So okay,
Almost 9 lives.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring context to that story where he was seeing, and I'm guessing maybe a past family relative, like maybe his father was like up there and he was tripping because it wasn't one of those like blank full stares where he was like, like he was like
engaged.
Yeah, like that, like he was tripping on something.
Fuck.
But I remember, so to bring context to that, like that gnarly previous to this moment when he had that gnarly stroke where we thought he was gonna die. This was in a regular hospital and we were like crying in the room, and I remember this time he was, he wasn't catatonic. He was like looking, kind of half awake, half asleep, but he literally, let's say the bathroom is there.
Yeah.
He was like this. And then he followed it to the window of the hospital room.
Like he saw something.
Yeah, like walk by,
Definitely.
like a shadow person. And it was like, and my brother asked like for later context or whatever reference point. He's like, "Did you see something?" And he goes, and then it was some man with they're always wearing a fedora. I don't know why, but like the Men in Black. Like I don't know, but he saw like kind of a man, a Korean man with a with a fedora. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
Have you seen Ghost Story?
Is
that the girl with the dragon tattoo in it?
No.
No,
is that
it's
Netflix?
really good.
Is that on Netflix?
I don't think it is, but it's like on Amazon or something like that. And it's the perspective of like the director and how he thinks ghosts act and how time like acts. And there's almost no talking in it, which is really cool. And it's just a guy with like a sheet over him.
Yeah.
And it's how a ghost like comes in and out of different times and like stops and is like stuck in different places and like
they're definitely
can
stuck.
see like a doorway, and if you don't go through the doorway, then like you're stuck until you have to get whatever you need to get done.
That's so crazy you brought that up, because I feel my guess is I think any ghost, like let's say your typical ghost in a house.
Yeah.
I think they're stuck on a loop.
Yeah. Definitely.
They're just...
And the time isn't the same time, and their time's
all
fucked up, but they're still stuck in the same place.
They're just
loop.
repeating the same shit over and over and over.
Definitely.
And
did you and your dad have any like hey, after I pass, like I'll
I had a dream
do
about
something, or like I'll like my sister's boyfriend, and we were extremely close. He was like my brother, and he lived in our house. You have 2 sisters, right? 2 sisters, yeah. And he said he was going to come back as a butterfly. And literally the day that he died, and we didn't even know he died yet, like these butterflies just all came to our house. And my sister was out of town, and this butterfly came and landed on her face and shit. Like, and ever since then, like, but he had told her previously, like, if I ever die, I'm going to come back as a butterfly, and I'm going to like hang out with you. And I've heard a lot of ghost stories in that way too.
Oh, where they give you a reference point.
Yeah, they'll like reach out to you. Or I had a medium on. I forgot about this on the podcast last week.
Like a spiritual medium?
Yeah, and she reached out to Nikki's dad who passed away.
What?
Yeah.
What was that?
It was a trip.
So her dad passed too?
Mm-hmm. When she was younger,
just to give you context, Nikki Howard.
Yeah.
From the Sorry Mom, the other half of the Sorry Mom podcast.
Yes.
How did you reach out to this medium? Like, how'd you find her?
She randomly reached out to us, which I think is really bizarre because she's like a big deal. And I didn't know that until after the podcast. Yeah, she was like on Dr. Oz and like on all these big shows, and she shows up to our podcast. We have like a fucking dildo as like props behind us and shit.
Just keeping it fun.
Yeah, but anyways, she
did she have equipment or like some kind of
nothing
electronic voice phenomenon?
And
like
she
some
said like
recorder?
She's had it since she was a kid. She was just always able to like see ghosts and like be able to talk to them, and they talk to her.
Did you make contact with Nikki's dad?
Yeah.
What happened? Like, tell me what happened.
She reached out, or apparently her dad was like in the room right away, because we had talked about it a lot about wanting him to come up when the medium came by. And apparently her grandma, 2 of her grandmas also came through.
And she spoke to them.
And she just said like different things, like, her dad had, issues when he was alive. And she's like, he's like super clean spirited, like right now, like he's really grown as like a ghost, and he's really proud of you, and he wants to tell you this and that. And It was a fucking trip because like things
So
we
there-
wouldn't tell her, and then she would be like,
Did she?
"So
cry?
I can say
I'm sure
that."
she got emotional.
Yeah,
Come on.
it was amazing though, and so like such a great like closure type thing. Also like, you know, why did this happen, or like why did that happen, or whatever, and like she was able to give a lot of answers and just a good closure for Nikki, you know. I think
Would
she's
she
gonna
be
have
able
another
to?
meeting
Because
with her.
my dad's urn is in here. Would she be able to come in here and? Because sometimes.
Well, she doesn't even have to be actually in person. I asked her that.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, "What do you think about the Zoom mediums? Like, I don't know about that. Don't you have to
She
like
could just
be in the
Hone
spirit?"
in on that.
So she said that she's kind of like a drone. Like the way that it works is
Like a drone in the sky.
she's more like from an above view, so she doesn't need to be like physically in front of you or physically touch
Oh,
you.
so she has her scope is
Wider, and so like she's absolutely. But she lives around here, so she could totally come by.
I just want to know if you know, because
She's amazing. You should definitely have her.
Yeah, because yeah, that's something where it's like, you know, like you can't even prepare for something like that when someone passes close,
No.
like family member, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Especially-
it was almost like such a surreal. It was like so bizarre, too. You know, like, but you know what, dude? That's a part of life, and I think that's why people don't want to talk about it because it's inevitable.
Yeah. She
and it's
comes
like-
at it with such like a beautiful energy too, which I think might be nice. Is like
positive?
so positive, but it's also like the fact that she can talk to ghosts and stuff. Because we asked her about how she mourns. Like, so when somebody passes in your life, are you sad or are you not sad?
Oh, sad as I mean, that was a horrible day.
Not you,
Oh,
her.
okay.
Of course you were
yeah,
sad.
of course, yeah.
But I'm saying like,
Oh, because she's not.
'cause she
She's
can-
not a family member or whatever.
no. I mean like because when someone in her family passes, she's a medium, so she's like,
Oh, she can see
she
him
can
on the
still
daily.
see them or talk to them, you know. And she was like, yeah, it's really not upsetting to me because I know that they're still around. I have like other people don't like think that their loved ones are still around, and they are. And I'm able to like be able to actually see and talk to them, which is even better. She was like, but definitely when like my grandma dies, which is I see her every day. She's my best friend, and physically I won't be able to be with her. So I'm definitely going to mourn very hard, even though I know that she's still with me and I
Yeah.
can still talk to her like physically.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Right. But that, you know what? That makes me think this now. It's like, if they are, obviously the ghosts are in a different dimension, but is this Earth like really a trap? Like where you can't
Get out? Yeah.
Because as a kid, you always
Yeah.
think, oh, when I die, I'm gonna go to heaven.
Heaven, yeah.
But according to like even like other like the stories we've been talking about, it's like no, they haven't. You're kind of stuck. Even though you're in a different dimension, you're kind of stuck on this plane.
Yeah.
On different tiers of this plane or something. It's kind of scary to think
That's
about.
a trip, yeah, to think on, for sure. Well, and then there's all the like enlightenment thing. Like,
What do you mean?
you're supposed to, like Buddhists and stuff. Like, they're supposed to be getting to a level of enlightenment to where then they are like released and they're not trapped back on Earth in another like human
It's
form
like
to learn another
jujitsu,
lesson.
like you have to get your black belt
yeah, exactly.
before you move
before
on.
you can be enlightened and pass
that's
on.
interesting.
Yeah.
I would like that because at least that's something where at least I'm not stuck.
Yeah.
And if I work
Really, really hard.
even as a ghost.
Yeah.
And I think this is a part of it too. I think that maybe ghosts that are doing the loop thing, maybe they're holding on to
the world in some way, definitely.
because I'm sure people have died in tragic ways, like, and like maybe they're not willing to like let go of that
or even
event.
loved ones, they're not ready to like not be around their loved ones.
Yeah.
You know,
and
or-
you know we've seen movies about that. Like,
Yeah.
Have you seen Ghost with Patrick Swayze?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Dude, I saw that. It's on Tubi. Check out Tubi. It's a free service, free
Sick.
app. But you know, Debbie Moore.
sponsored by that?
Debbie Moore. No, I'm not
Okay.
sponsored. No, I'm not. I watch a lot
Just
of
the
it.
way you said check it
No,
out.
no.
Like,
But
okay.
I should maybe holler at him.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's like I think it's from like the 90s. But
Yeah.
it's about like the stuff we're talking about, like where Patrick Swayze
Does he
died.
hang out?
Yeah, he has to hang out. He dies in a tragic way, but then he realizes that he has work. There's work to be done still, you know, and he has to meet He meets a Whoopi Goldberg who's like a medium.
Oh, okay.
And then she could like she's like the whole like middle ground to like communicate to Debbie Moore,
Yeah,
Debbie
yeah.
Moore's character. But it's interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, it's still good to this day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll watch
So,
it.
yeah.
Ghost. I'm into it.
Rest in peace, Patrick Swayze. Very good actor of his time.
Definitely.
But yeah, I didn't even plan on. We didn't even talk. I wanted to let's maybe. God, this was interesting. I wanted to plug and maybe talk about the Sorry Mom podcast. Maybe how much time we got? Some like to. Yeah, so
Okay.
maybe for the next 15, 20, we
talk about Sorry Mom podcast.
yeah, like how do y'all come up with your topics in
We're very
off the cuff?
yes. We'll write little notes throughout the week or something where if we need something to talk about, we'll be like, oh, this week I thought about how it was really annoying to shit this week, or like, you know what I mean, like random shit like that, and then we'll just sit and bounce off of each other. We've just been friends for a long time and like work off of each other really well, and that's kind of how we do that.
How did y'all like meet like originally?
So we met doing Famous Stars and Straps.
That's a clothing
Yep,
company?
Travis
Okay, yeah,
Barker's
right,
clothing
yeah.
company.
I like that guy, by the
Yeah,
way.
he's a good guy.
Shout out to Blink 182.
Yep.
I have to do my whole Tom DeLonge because I went to high school with Tom. I'll do it real quick. Tom, if you're out there, you're so always welcome on this platform. He never responds. But continue. Yeah. Travis. Okay.
I like that he's going out with Courtney now, Trav. Anyways, back to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
back to me.
Yeah,
So we met
exactly.
through. We worked with them for a while, and then we also started working for Toyo Tires, and we were both models for that, and we had to travel around and do different things.
How does that work? Do they reach out to you via Instagram? Like, how does that work?
A lot of times, yes.
They reach out to y'all because you have
Yeah.
a big, like, a lot of
Following.
followers. and
Yeah,
stuff.
especially then, like I was very relevant.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, people would just reach out, and like I worked for Red Bull, I worked for Bang,
You work for Red Bull?
Yeah.
How did you get that deal?
Be hot, I don't know, like
then just-
post ass pics, something like that.
And then you're just holding a Red Bull?
Well, no, I would go to like different like MotoGP and like all the different events and stuff that they
I'm
had.
addicted to this.
I know.
mean,
It's good, right?
it's like a part of my daily. I have a. God, this is not even healthy, but I need one every morning. Like,
Do you have coffee?
no.
Oh, okay,
So
so-
since the pandemic, I had my local Starbucks, but I'm like, fuck, I can't go there. What do I do? And I've always loved Red Bull, so.
So you switched to Red Bull. I think it's the worst choice, but
It's bad, huh?
I think
What's
so.
ba-
But
what-
fuck it, I don't.
What's more healthy, a Rockstar or Red Bull? They're bad. Both bad. 'cause
both
the
bad? I
terrain,
think, yeah. But
But continue.
I
on.
did Bang for a long time, but they make you pee like now. Like if you drink
Is it
more than
is
one,
it strong?
it's strong. Yeah, I would say.
Oh,
it's
and
like
their
this
cans are
equivalent.
bigger.
Yeah, I do like Monster now though. Actually, like Monster's
How's
my
the
new.
What's the
hit.
closest taste to that? Because I'm big on the taste.
On the taste? Well,
Yeah.
just stick with that.
Okay.
And do like the sugar free. Fuck
All
it.
right. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Okay. Let's.
Did you know if you drink a diet soda before drinking alcohol, you will get 15% more drunk?
What?
Yeah, I was thinking about it because of aspartame or whatever, you know.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Okay.
But yeah, so we
Okay.
met.
Okay. Yeah. Let's.
We met
continue
through
on your
Toyo Tires.
Trajectory.
And we always tell the story that one time we were checking into SEMA for Toyo Tires, and you have to put your card down. And Nikki didn't have any money on her card, so I paid for her room just for incidentals or whatever. And after that, she was like, "You're a good person." And I was like,
This was in
"Okay,
Las
thanks."
Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know how I know this story.
We probably told it the last time we were here. And then I said, and then she became my friend when she didn't sleep with one of the guys
I
I
was
seeing.
just gonna bring
Yeah.
that up too. That was a sign of real friendship.
Real
because,
friendship.
Some women, not all. I don't want to generalize, but some women will like go after the guy that you're dating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or just
And
be like, oh, you know.
she showed loyalty in the
Exactly.
sense that she did not do that to you.
Yeah. And ever since then, we've been very loyal to each other.
Who was
so.
the guy?
I can't tell you that.
But he was
It's a
probably
secret.
He's probably a hunk.
It was a hunk for sure.
I mean,
yeah, that it was like, thank you for
Rock
not hooking
star,
up with him.
athlete,
You know?
something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
But a hunk.
A hunk. Yeah.
Was he at least 6'2"?
No. I
Muscles.
Don't think so. I don't know.
Tattoos.
Yeah.
Could play an instrument.
Yeah.
Was he a white guy?
We can't keep going down this
No,
list,
we can't,
okay? No, we
there's
can't.
a billion. Come on.
No. But either way, so that's how we became. That's how we became friends.
Yeah.
And yeah. So now we have a podcast together.
And then how did you come up with the idea of calling it Sorry Mom?
Nikki came up with the idea. We just went through like a couple. We started with like 2 girls, 1 cut, 2 girls, 1 mic, or 4 mics, shit like that. And then we just ended with, we wanted Sorry Dad, but she doesn't have a dad. And then, so we went with Sorry Mom.
Okay.
So it went good. We have a good theme song. We have our moms like saying mean things to us.
Yeah.
That, like,
Do
they
you ever
usually
have
would
guests?
say.
Once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon. I think we're going to actually start doing guests again.
Can I be on
How do
that?
you? Yeah, I would love for you to be on.
Just once.
Do you have guests? You have guests every time, right?
Yeah, that's part of my own insecurity because I've done solo ones, but I feel like, God, I don't know, like.
Well, you don't have one person to bounce off of.
Yeah.
Like a solid.
Like with Scissor Bros,
homie.
it's easy.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
Jeremiah. Hey, how's your week? How's your week? Yeah.
On Scissor Bros, do you ever have guests?
Once in a blue moon.
Yeah,
again.
see.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Because you kind of like doing your thing, don't you?
What do you mean by that?
Like when you have a co-host, it's kind of nice doing.
Oh,
your
there's
thing.
less pressure.
Yeah, there's less
and
pressure.
It's fun.
And
it's like, hey.
you get to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
Deal with your
and
own shit.
It's even easier because we have other content we like clip in there.
Nice.
Like, oh, well, let's cut to that.
Yeah.
Let's cut to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he do the editing for the show? Because he did on his show, didn't he? And he did a really good job on that.
The editing is just crazy.
Craziness.
No, we have several people
shit.
helping us.
Okay, well, good
And
for you
it's
guys.
so time consuming.
I bet.
It's like with mine.
Yeah.
This is because I edit this.
Yeah. Straight shot though.
Click, I'm done.
Yeah. That's how ours is too.
Yeah, I'm done. I line it up, audio, boom.
Yeah.
Color correction, done.
Boom.
Yeah, with that, every second we're looking at. Wait a minute. What's his reaction?
Are you zooming in?
Oh
zooming
my
out,
God.
doing all that?
Yeah, well, because it's
The
like
cuts.
we're trying to be relevant because a lot of these YouTubers, like they do the zoom in,
Yeah.
zoom out, zoom in, camera
It
angle.
is more fun. We had one person do that for one episode or a couple of our clips, and it is way better. So I get it. Yeah.
One last thing. I know we're kind of getting to the end here.
Yeah.
Did it fly by or
It
what?
did. It went really
I'm
well.
curious. I always wonder this because I'm looking up these a lot of content on YouTube as far as like dating and social media and dating sites and hypergamy, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
What is your DM like? How do you navigate
The DMs?
Yeah, because Instagram is like your number one, whether people like it or not. That it's like a dating site.
It can be.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer to go through a normal dating app actually, and then because if you go through Instagram,
let's talk about specifically about Instagram. How do you block? Don't check certain messages?
I just don't check any of the messages.
What's it looking like now? How many unreads?
A lot. A lot. Luckily, people have like really slowed down on sending dick pics, which is always great. Back in the day, a couple years ago, it was a lot.
Do you get those
of dick
on the
pics.
daily?
Not anymore, but I used to get like a lot of dick pics.
Like,
on
what
the
do you
daily.
mean a lot? 100?
Yeah.
100?
Yeah.
Just sausage,
Just
sausage,
dicks.
sausage,
Yeah.
sausage, sausage.
Just in your face. Yeah.
Is that their? I always
I think
wondered
that was
about.
before the Me Too thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it was just cool to
But
do.
was that their opener?
A lot of people. Yeah.
So that's their opener.
Yeah.
Like, here's the sausage.
Yeah, I've had some people. This one guy sent me a dick pic and then a screenplay afterwards, and was
What do you mean
"Do you
a
want to be
screenplay?
in my movie or whatever?" I'm like, "No, thanks,
No.
thanks though."
Okay, so what's the right way to go about that? Is not doing that. What will better
a
a
good
guy's
way to
chances?
to
for
hit up
you
the
to
DMs.
be like, huh,
First of all,
look at that message. That's interesting.
don't have your profile on private. I don't know how many people do message me and they're on private. It's like, why, if you want me to message you back, is it on private? I want to look at your shit. That's why we're here. And your tiny ass picture this big of you holding a fish and I can't see you, like that's not working for me.
Right. You know? What would be a good...
And I don't want to message you and say, make your shit on private, because at that point, I'm not doing it.
Effort.
Yeah, it's
That's
too much effort now.
Yeah. What is the most positive opening thing they could say to you where you're like, oh, I'll give him a chance?
I would say if you like do something funny about like, you know, a story that I posted or something like that, or even just a hey, how's it going is fine enough, because everyone gets too
it be an emoji?
Crazy. One emoji?
Yeah.
If it's from a story, sure. If it's just a random ass emoji, which emoji are you using? It's important. I'm an emoji queen over here. Which emoji?
Wait for it. Wait for it. And I have a lot of shame in saying this.
Okay.
The celebration emoji.
Yeah, that's not going to get you far.
Why do I use it every day?
Really?
I'm the
Are you just excited?
I'm the king of the celebration emoji.
Wow.
And it's just...
Is it like your Halo hands? Because I use Halo hands like every day.
No, just the...
No, I know.
The confetti.
But I wonder if you would place like Halo hands for celebration. You know what I mean? In your sentence.
Is that this one?
The one where the hands are like this? You know?
No, I don't even know where to...
No, but like it's the same vibe.
Is it the same vibe? Bracket?
I think it would be the same vibe. This, like, Halo hands, like, oh, is the same as your, like, party, right? I think it is.
You know what?
I think it is.
I don't even know. I talk about this every week, by the way, right? Every week, I don't, at this point, even though it doesn't work on anything, even the homies, like, celebration, you know, I keep using it.
It's your signature now.
But, because I don't want to use anything, like, you don't use the heart. You don't use the heart eyes.
Yeah.
You don't even use the
You could do a black heart.
What is that?
Still a heart.
What does that mean?
They have a black heart.
But what does that mean?
I like love but cool. You know what I mean? It's like cool guy plus red heart equals black heart. You know? It's like a chill heart.
How the hell do you decipher that? You just broke it down. What?
Yeah, I use a lot of emojis. Also do that.
How do you learn
when you're
this?
texting a girl, use 3 fucking emojis. Don't use one emoji. I hate it when people do that. It's like, be excited about it. Okay?
I just
It's
thought
text.
of a business idea for you that would kill it.
Okay.
Why don't you write a book
On emoji.
Yeah, dude, the dictionary of...
Such a loser thing to do. No fucking
You don't
way.
think that's a good business idea?
That's a terrible idea.
Why? You know why? Because it'll give a lot of dudes clarity on what and what.
I get that. Maybe like a small book, like a 5-pager, like a flip book.
Like
I could do that.
zine, like a little,
Yeah,
like a little.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. That's yeah.
All right, for part 2, you're gonna have to. We're gonna because I had no
We're gonna
idea
have to come back with a small book.
You were the professional emoji analyst. We're gonna have to like go through them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like what me? Because like you broke that.
I want
down.
examples of your text though, and then how
No,
I'll
let me
fix
think
them.
about-
How they should have been said.
let me think about that one.
Okay.
There's a lot of.
I mean, you have time to come up with the text, so you could make them up.
Okay, one last question. We're gonna wrap it up.
All right.
Is it better? I asked this to a lot of people. Is it better to send text rather than using any emoji?
Wait, just the words?
Yeah, instead of emojis at all. Don't use emojis.
No. I mean, I use the emojis to portray emotion because when you read a text, sometimes it can be like, you can read it a lot of different ways. So that's why I implement the emojis. I mean, that's what fucking emojis are for. I also kind of had to learn how to be emotional how to express emotion. And I think I definitely do that through emojis in my text. As a kid, I was very like Aflac.
Right.
And then I like got into college and I was like, oh.
And that's when you got
I
your
need to like
education going with them.
figure out how to like be excited. This is interested. This is this.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw one more shameful one that I use, and you could analyze this last one.
All right.
And no one uses this.
All right.
I'm the only one.
Okay.
The house emoji.
For what? For when you're going home?
I feel so shameful. It's so embarrassing.
I mean, it could be useful if you're going fucking home, but where are you going?
I don't know why.
You just throw it in randomly?
Throw it in there. I just throw it in there.
Just for a little razzle-dazzle home emoji celebration.
Can I try to analyze why?
Yeah, I think you should analyze yourself.
Real quick.
Yeah.
It symbolizes stability.
Ooh. I get that. Okay.
Being grounded.
Grounded. All right. I could see that. I actually could see that. That's a vibe.
And home is always a safe place to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? What do you think about that?
I like that. That was a good one.
But they don't know that.
That's true. That's true. But if it applied in the
they don't know any
they're
of
not
that.
going to know that.
That's
yeah,
my
that's
own
true.
narrative, right?
Yeah.
But so interesting. So
that's
you're
very
saying,
interesting. I like that.
Because you're saying that's why the book needs to be written, because people need a reference point to know this means this.
Yeah.
It's like math. This means this, because in my mind, they're like,
that's what the home means.
Home? Yeah. Like, what the hell is that?
Delete. I love that, actually. That's a good point.
Delete.
Yeah.
So what? So are you getting
stability?
Are you
home.
getting more?
That'll be part of the book.
Open-minded about
the home, the house,
no,
or the
writing
book?
the emoji.
I'm
book.
open to it. Yeah, I like it. I'm into it.
All right, I'll stop sending. Okay, so I need to write this down. No more. This is my internal dialogue. No more celebration emoji. No more house emoji.
I'm fine with you using
and no
both
more,
of them.
And no more. I do the halo. I don't know why I do the halo one.
Like the angel with the halo?
Yeah. Why do I do that one?
Are you very innocent?
No. No.
Are you meaning it in an innocent way?
Maybe it's a deceptive.
Oh, like a.
You know what make more sense? The devil one.
Right, but sometimes if you use the devil one, it's too much. Yeah.
Well, the devil.
So sometimes if you use the angel in a different context, then it does mean devil.
The purple devil.
The purple devil. I know what you're talking about. Not the red devil. The red
one's
too far.
What's the
that
difference?
one's a whole different vibe. Yeah.
What's the difference between the red devil and the purple devil?
Well, the purple devil is sexual, and the red one is like death.
See, how's one to know that?
I mean,
because a dude,
I mean, I guess it's true,
dude
but
will look at that and be like, a devil's a devil. Right?
You little devil.
It's
That's
the
how
women
it's supposed
that
to be.
kind of like differentiate that.
I guess, maybe we do. I mean, we run the world now, so
All right, one last
That's
thing. We're gonna do the shout outs and everything.
Okay.
What's the bulletproof 100%? It's the proper emoji to use. You're always in the clear.
I mean, shit. I don't know. The laughy face for sure. It's number 1 on my emoji list.
You heard it first from Sydney Mailer.
Yep. Boom, and you got it. You almost fucked it up, and you got it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Laughy face emoji.
The bulletproof emoji is the laughy face.
Yep.
Right? You're always safeguarded.
Absolutely.
They can't. It's positive in every single way.
Yep. And it's way better than a ha. So.
Or a LOL.
Or one LOL. Yeah.
What do you mean one?
If it's just like they write back LOL, it's like fuck you. Don't fucking write back LOL.
No,
like,
no,
that's
no.
all you're fucking writing back.
Hold up.
Do at least one laugh emoji, but you should throw 3 in. You know.
You have feelings about that.
I do. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
You went into a whole tirade.
Yeah.
Dude, what the hell? So fellas, don't
3 emojis. Put 3 of them.
It's
fine.
Don't just write LOL.
No.
Blank. Can you do this? Laughy face emoji followed with the LOL.
That's fine. Yeah.
See?
That's okay.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
She agrees too.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So don't
Get
just
on
send that.
Can't just be an LOL, no. It's like sending K.
What about, can you put ha 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 ha?
If it's a lot of ha-ha-has. If it's ha-ha, no.
20.
Yes.
H-A, H-A,
It has to be
H-A,
like at
H-A,
least
H-A.
5. If it's ha-ha or ha, don't fucking do it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because a ha-ha is like,
Ha. It's a
ha, it's
yeah.
a ha. But ha-ha-ha, it's like,
Yeah.
it's that.
It's like you actually fucking laugh. Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
It is.
That's why you got to write a book.
Yeah.
Because you already know. You're like
got
the
it.
Jedi. That's what you're like the Jedi of
emojis.
You just know.
It's in there. Yeah.
Think about it.
Okay, I'll think about it.
All right, so that's the time. Man, time flew by.
I know.
Now's the time, dude. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. I still, for future reference, it doesn't have to be anytime soon, but I'd love to get on the Sorry Mom podcast.
We would love to have you on the Sorry Mom
Please.
podcast. It can't be at 9 o'clock though. It's
When
gotta be
when do y'all film?
like 11.
Oh,
How does that
that's
work for you?
That's when I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, so
Vampire.
Nikki goes to sleep at like 7:30 at night. So,
I know. And
yeah.
when she told me that blew my mind.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
I go, what? She goes,
Yeah.
hey.
Doesn't matter if it's an emergency.
I'm on the
if
old,
it's 8 o'clock.
I'm
no.
on the granny, I got things to do. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
she's a whole vibe.
Well, she's doing her thing. Shout out to Nikki
For
Howard.
sure. Shout out Nikki.
Let's shout out
Sorry Mom podcast.
let's shout out your social everything. Website, all
Sorry
that.
Mom podcast. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Play. We're on Google Play. We're all the fucking plays. Sydney A. Mailer. That's who I am on Instagram. And I think those are the two basically. We have a.
Don't you guys have merch and stuff?
We do, but it's on the site. It's on the Sorry Mom. Sorry Mom podcast.
And what do y'all have available? Do you have beanies, shirts, sweatshirts?
Yep, we got that. And I do we have a sweat set right now that says stop staring at my dick. Or my eyes are up here. I think it says something like that, like right next to the dick. I do like that. We got a couple good shit.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
and then how much for those sweatpants?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Check out the site.
Yeah, check out the site, guys. You'll find out.
Yeah. Are you through Squarespace as well?
I think so.
Powered by. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Did we? And then no Twitter. You got your Instagram.
Dude, my Instagram,
Yeah.
Sydney A. Mailer.
When do you
my-
guys drop your episodes? Just to
We
let
do
them
it
know.
every Thursday at 12 p.m.
12 p.m.
Yep.
every Thursday on YouTube.
Yep, on YouTube, on Spotify.
Can we plug the YouTube as well? Just a little.
Apple Play. That is the YouTube. Sorry Mom podcast.
So youtube.com/Sorry Mom Podcast.
Yes, okay.
Subscribe
That's
today.
how.
Subscribe
Subscribe today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you for plugging me for me.
I want to make sure.
Yeah,
I just want to make
you're
sure we
doing
got
it
it all.
right.
Yeah.
I
It's like this
appreciate it.
OCD thing with
Yeah.
me because if I forget, I'll be like,
I got.
yeah,
Thank
I forgot.
You.
Yeah.
Thanks
no,
for having me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be kind of like, it's just, it's the right thing to do. Yeah,
Thanks.
of course. Okay, so, thanks for tuning in. We do. I need to plug the new podcast, the newer podcast with me and my buddy Jeremiah Watkins. Go to youtube.com/scissorbros. And we drop those on Friday. Okay. Go to SteebeeWeebieShow.com for any merch. Just know that the delays will be a little bit. Did I say delays?
Yeah,
will
you
be
did.
The orders would be a little bit delayed. My mind's wandering now. I need In-N-Out Burger. Your orders will be delayed because of the pandemic. But see,
But they're coming.
I have the inventory here. I check it every day. Patreon.com/Steebee Weebie if you want to help support the platform. All my music's at SteebeeWeebieBandcamp.com. Instagram/QUANGOU. If you want to send packages or anything, because I do a vlog called Steebie's P.O. Box, send all your packages in mail to 1425 North Cherokee Avenue, P.O. Box 1391, LA, California 90093. It was an honor having you. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
My buddy Skip is a trip, feeling blue like a crib. Framed for robbing a bank, letting loose from the hip. He really couldn't predict this script was so full of angst. Him and Henry Woodpeckers did a song that danced that big. Oh, rodeo man in the West, you can. You're the best on the land to bless the sands. To the pool with your hand, oh Skip, you can. Get that
hate, they're preaching the praise, the raise. Shining it down to mightiest crowns, the finest of frowns delayed. Skibby's afraid, he feels betrayed, live this way, can deal with shade. His fate is spade, he made the grade, displayed in a charade of pain. I am not a man, I am an animal of male. I live by maritime, the law of water, about to sail.